Ever wonder how some chicken stays so unbelievably tender? This lemon chicken is not only super tender, glossy, and juicy, but also meal prep friendly. Stick around, because I'm about to reveal a little trick that changes everything. First things first, rice. Take 300 grams of basmati rice, that's roughly 1.5 cups dry, and rinse it until the water stops looking like milk. This step removes excess starch, which means fluffy rice instead of a sad, sticky brick. Now add 600 milliliters of water, which is about 2.5 cups if you're using Freedom units, plus a pinch of salt. Close the lid, press the button, and walk away with confidence. Rice cookers are one of the most reliable relationships you'll ever have. They know exactly when the water is gone and the rice is perfect. Now we're getting into the secret weapon, velveting. Take your chicken breast, cut it into about 2 centimeter pieces, or roughly 3/4 of an inch. Add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice or rice vinegar. Massage it into the chicken like you're apologizing for overcooking its ancestors. It should look slightly glossy and feel just a bit sticky. Let it sit for about 20 minutes so the chemistry can do its thing. This is why restaurant chicken feels tender while yours feels like punishment. While the chicken rests, let's build the lemon sauce. By the way, just look at these absolute beauties. These lemons are imported straight from Sicily. I actually found them at my local supermarket. You can use a juicer or just squeeze them by hand. Just try not to let it become a find the seeds scavenger hunt later. In a container, add 150 milliliters of chicken stock. That's about 2/3 of a cup. The lemon juice, and 40 grams of honey, roughly 2 tablespoons, for balance. Follow that with 1.5 tablespoons of low-sodium soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of toasted sesame oil, and 1 teaspoon each of ginger powder and onion powder. Next, we're crushing in 5 cloves of garlic. And finally, 1 teaspoon of cornstarch to thicken everything. Mix it and set it aside. Let's handle the vegetables without ruining them. We've got some broccoli and bok choy to work with. Cut the broccoli into small florets. If you're throwing away the stems, you're throwing away gains and money. Peel that woody outer layer off the stem until you hit the tender heart. Slice them into coins. Chop up the bok choy too. It's all about that high volume life, people. Get a pot with about 5 centimeters or 2 inches of water. Bring it to a boil. Toss the broccoli in first, stems and all, and pop the lid on. We're giving them a 3-minute steam sauna, just enough to break them down without turning them into mush. Now toss in the bok choy. Another 2 minutes with the lid on. By the way, we're doing this to keep the nutrients and texture intact. Now drain the water and put them into an ice bath, or at least some freezing cold tap water. We need to stop the cooking process immediately. If you put hot veggies in a closed container, they'll keep cooking until they have the texture of a wet sponge. Once they're cooled down completely, set them aside for now. We need them dry and chilled before they meet their box mates. Let's move on to the chicken. Heat a large pan and add a light spray of oil. Add the chicken in 2 batches so every piece has space. Cooking in batches is annoying, but soggy chicken is worse. Crowding the pan drops the temperature and kills the velveting effect. Let the chicken sit untouched for a minute or 2 so it develops color. Flip and cook until golden and nearly cooked through, about 6 to 7 minutes total. This is where patience pays off. Golden outside, juicy inside. That's the goal. Add all the chicken back into the pan. Mix the sauce one more time and pour it in. Stir constantly as it simmers for 1 to 2 minutes. The sauce thickens quickly and turns glossy, coating every piece. The smell alone should make you question why you ever ordered takeout. If it looks shiny and sticky, you nailed it. Time to assemble. Place the rice on one side, the veggies right next to it, and the chicken with our gorgeous lemon sauce on the other. By the way, if you're enjoying this recipe, do me a favor. Gently caress the like button. It likes that. And if you don't want to miss out on future high-protein meals, subscribe. For a little extra, feel free to sprinkle some sesame seeds over the rice and chicken. Each portion comes in at about 638 calories with roughly 64 grams of protein, making this perfect for fat loss and muscle gain. Store it in the fridge for up to 4 days, and when reheating, just cover the container with a damp paper towel to keep everything juicy. If this lemon chicken didn't change your week, I don't know what will. Click here for another high-protein recipe, and I'll see you there.